Hello, good evening. It's Friday night and I'm live, as usual. We're just waiting for people. Hi, welcome. You're in the chicken yard. Great, lovely. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Whoa, that was quick. 11 people already. Hi, Eleanor. Welcome. Hi, Bonnie. You made it. Hi, Nettie. Thank you very much for joining me. It's Friday night. I'm live, and is this the first one of New Year?
Yeah.
This is the first one of 2019. Hello, Pink Slippers. Oh, you're very kind. Thank you very much. Um, well, one tries one's best for you. You don't want me to look like some old scrubber, do you? No. I try to, give myself a little bit of glamour, apart from the clothes, which is an old orange t-shirt and an old scarf. And I've just washed my hair as well. So you're lucky. I was looking like an old scrubber earlier because I was doing the chores. Happy New Year, Sarah. Hello, Sheilab. Hello, Patricia. Welcome. Hello, Carol Ann. Well done. You've made it. Carol Ann's in the house. Lovely. Thank you very much. I feel very honoured that you've made it because what time is it there? Must be some god-awful time. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 5 a.m. in the morning, Carol Ann. Well done. Denise, hello. Well, it's evening here. It's just gone 6 o'clock in the evening. What time is it for you, Denise? It's the morning. Pag is with us. Thank you, Pag. So it's 1 p.m. in Kentucky.
Linda.
Hello. Welcome. I've said hello to Denise and Linda, Paul. Paul's telling me what to do as usual. Hello, Mark and Shane. Welcome. So Denise is saying it's 11 a.m. in Calgary. Thank you very much for joining me. It's lovely. We've got all time zones at the moment. I feel truly international. Isn't that wonderful? Love it. Mandy, hi. Hello, Anthony with Rob. Thank you very much for joining us. It's Friday night. It's live with me, Richard. We've got 25 people here. Hello, everybody. I'm so grateful to you tuning in. And if there are any trolls lurking, we'll get rid of you very quickly. So please don't even think about it. All right. So, how was your week? How was your first week in 2019? I was doing chores today. I was freshening carpets, freshening my Persian rugs. I was going to say freshening my welcome mat, but I thought that might come out the wrong way. Um, yes, I have got a welcome mat and I did freshen it. It's by the front door. Um, your week was good, Sarah. Good. Ruben, hi. It's 11:35. Is that AM or PM, Ruben? I'm assuming you mean 11:35 AM. Lovely. So yes, I was freshening my carpets today. I was in the mood for chores. So that's what I was doing. Liverpool is the home of the Beatles, Bonnie. Absolutely. Hello, Jennifer. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome, Matt, is a code for something. Yes, it is. Something rude. So there we go. Oh, Carol, no central heating for Christmas Eve, but fixed yesterday. So lovely and warm again. And your week has been very productive. Good. Hello, Simon. Welcome. 50 Shades of Green is in the house. Yes, do that. Google it. But anyway, what I was going to say is that I was in the mood for chores today because, as you all know, I work part-time now. So I have time at the end of the week to do all those things I'd normally have done on a Saturday and Sunday. So today I made my own carpet freshener. Yes, carpet freshener. If you saw the video I did on bicarbonate of soda and cleaning the oven door, I thought, get out the bicarb and make my own carpet freshener. Oh, yes. Yeah. Carol Ann, 40 degrees. Wow. That's too hot for me. Far too hot. Hi, Jane Kelly. Welcome. So yes, that's what I've been doing today, freshening carpets, and it smells lovely, fresh and clean, doesn't it, Paul?
Yes.
Yes, says Paul. And also Paul's been shoveling manure today.
Shoveling.
Don't say the S word, Paul. We're live on YouTube. We don't want to swear. We're not allowed to say swear words. So we are much better, Linda. Thank you so much. Much, much better now. There is we're still coughing a little bit because this is a lingering cold. It lingers around for weeks and weeks and weeks. Yes, Jane, I was going to get round to that. So what I do is actually I add a little bit of water, a drop of water, to make it slightly more granular, and then I added essential oils. So the house smells gorgeous today. And my carpets are fresh. My Persian rugs are magic again. Let me see. UK Here We Grow. Hi, welcome. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Mr. Moon. I'm going to start calling you Terry. If anybody's not seen Terry's videos of the moon, it's like actually being on the moon. It's like being in orbit. It's amazing, incredible. So there we go. So
Did it earlier.
let's see. Sorry, Paul, what do you say?
Jane says maybe you could freshen me with some bicarbonate.
Would you like freshening as well, Jane? We could make a body scrub next with bicarb. It'd be slightly drying, I think. Um, Maybe I could freshen Paul. Paul's quite fresh. He no longer smells of manure. Yes. Yes, but he wasn't earlier, Carol. He'd been shoveling. What kind of manure was it, Paul?
Meerkat, pig, flamingo,
It was
peacock.
it was a selection of manure from different animals from the local zoo. Can you believe it? Yes, we've got a zoo. We've actually got a zoo in the area. And somebody that Paul knows was offering the manure. So we took it.
We.
Paul took it. I was doing things around the house so Paul could go and shovel the manure. So there we go, just catching up with a few comments here. So, hi, Tony, leave Jane's rug alone. Well, I was talking about welcome mats earlier, Tony, how I'd freshened mine today. Yes, lovely. Oh, yes, Pag, how is Bubbles? Is she feeling a little bit better? You mentioned that earlier. Yes, a selection box of poo. I know, aren't we so, so lucky? So, so lucky. I know. The things we do for our gardens, well, the things Paul does for the allotment. Yes, I opted out of that one. Well, it's all good, isn't it? Because it rots down and it provides wonderful nutrients for the soil, and we need it because doing the no dig, it needs to be, whatever, refreshed, if you can call that refreshed with manure. I'm having a sip of tea now. Thank you. Here we are. Tea, 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 tea. Mm, lovely. What is this tea, Paul?
It's tea.
Mm, it's a little weak for me.
What is Boxing Day?
So, yes, Bubbles is doing better now. Bubbles is Pag's cat who had a little tumble the other day, but she's on the up. Yeah, I think I remember Millie, one of our cats, years and years ago. She had a bit of a tumble, and a couple of days she couldn't sort of walk around. Her leg was sort of playing up, but it took a few days, and she felt a lot better with a bit of pain relief. So they're quite tough, these little pussies. You like these colours on me, Bonnie? Orange. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm really pleased that that Bobbles is feeling better. Linda, what is Boxing Day? Didn't I say that last time what Boxing Day is? Boxing Day is the day after Christmas Day. It's actually classed as the next working day, actually, after Christmas Day, but it's usually the day after. And it is traditionally a day when the rich people gave gifts to their servants in boxes to take home and unbox on Boxing Day. There you go. Yes, he did, Carol. He was completely disinfected the minute he walked through the door. I covered him in bicarbonate of soda and rinsed him down. No, I didn't really. But there we go. So, yeah, how has your week been? Have you made any resolutions? I might have said to you before that I do not make New Year's resolutions because I think it's a load of old tosh. I think this is the worst time of year to set yourself really tough goals. And, the majority of New Year's resolutions do not get stuck to. I used to work as a life coach, and a lot of people used to talk about making New Year's resolutions. I always used to say, well, look, if I'm going to give you any advice at all, it's to make those goals towards the end of the month, the end of January, because you're much more likely to have left the festive season behind and really started to absorb the meaning behind the goals that you're setting yourself. People feel too much in a whirl around this festive season, people feel too hungover from it. Um, I should change that hideous face for 2019. Oh, that's nice of you. How lovely. Optimistically cynical. How nice of you. Haven't you got any love in your life? You're not going to get it from here. Goodbye. You haven't made any resolutions, no. And you won't. And well, I don't think you should. I don't think people should. I think people should set themselves goals, and they should set themselves goals towards the end of January, February, maybe even spring. You're much more likely to stick to things when you're away from the festive season, because if you have filled yourself with food and drink and say, oh, I'm going to, lose some weight, well, it's going to be quite hard and it's a difficult task. So wait, wait, wait. Hi, Shaz. The orange is making my cheeks glow. Well, lovely. Thank you very much. I'm glad it's having the right effect. I think you're right there. Absolutely. I don't think that person was loved very much as a child. Hi, Lady Macbeth. Welcome. I hope I've caught everybody that said hi. Good. Yes. So, but has anybody got any goals in mind that they'd like to achieve in 2019? I haven't set anything. I haven't even thought about it. I had some clear goals last year, and the clear goal for me was to get to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. And we achieved it. So we were really pleased with that. Hi, 3000%. Welcome. Oh, well, there's no point in giving them what they want. They want people to be perturbed by those comments. And believe you me, I've got a very thick skin. Oh, yeah. My hair's got a blue tone to it. Oh, yeah, it has. I think it's my grey shampoo. I've just washed my hair, and it's probably, that. And it's probably the light that I use. It's a very pure white light. So, you know, Bonnie, I don't have model features. I really don't. I don't have a square enough jaw to be a model. Well, I am curly naturally. Yeah. Hi, Ronald. Welcome. Ronald's watching. Thank you very much. Hi, Ali. It is naturally curly. Yeah. This is my hair as it is, out of the shower, semi-dry. So there we go. Yeah. You're seeing me au naturel. You're not going to eat any sweets during 2019, and your wife says you're not allowed to swear all year except while driving. Well, I would find it very hard not to swear. You honestly, you can't imagine how difficult it is for me to not swear on this live show. It takes a huge amount of control because most of my usual vocabulary is made up of major swear words, I'm afraid. Um, yeah, it takes a huge, huge amount of really careful thought to be present during this live show. Yeah. Imagine if I had a curly beard too. Well, I've never grown it long enough to see whether it does curl. But the rest of my hair is curly on my body as well. Yes, there we are. Padding and makeup. Paul, I haven't got any padding. These are all natural. Look how firm it is. It's not filled. There's no Botox. Thank you very much.
Can't afford it.
No, I can't afford fillers and Botox. Gosh. And of course, I wouldn't be able to move my face if I did that. So, New Year's resolution of yours to wear more foundation. Foundation, yeah, it's weird foundation, isn't it? You feel like you've got a mask on when you're wearing foundation. Too much information. Sorry, sorry. Well, chest hair and all of that. I don't need anything cosmetic. Yes, but you're seeing me with a studio light pointing right into my face, which would make anybody look good. Yeah, you're all lucky. You don't see me getting out of bed in the morning. Oh dear, the orange blimp. Yeah, well, I could swear over the orange blimp as well, I tell you. Hello, Inga. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Um, a Greek god. Goodness me. You're all too much. You really are. You're all too much. Thank you very much for the compliments. I take them on board because Paul never gives me them.
No.
No, never. I don't get any compliments from Paul anymore. You look awesome, Paul. You look awesome, Paul.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Um, can I do a video on how I get my hair to look like that? I have. If you have a look back through my videos, you'll see one where I'm doing my skincare and hair care routine, which is extremely simple and very quick. And this has literally got a little bit of product on it. It's a product by Tigi and it's called Curls Rock Amplifier. So there you go. Yeah, so it's on there and it's me semi-naked. Yeah. What shampoo do I use? Anything that I can get my hands on. No, I use a purple shampoo, any brand, purple shampoo for grey hair, and it keeps my hair looking grey and steely grey, which I like. I knew exactly what you meant, Terry, and I'm very, very grateful. um, I used to be a lot fussier about my hair, but I'm really not. I'm honestly not that bothered now. Um, Years ago, in the 80s when I had a mullet, which anybody who doesn't know what a mullet is, it's a spiky top and long and straight at the back. I used to spend hours before I went out, literally hours, and makeup and the whole lot. And now I really honestly don't care what I look like in public. I
Oh,
do.
you do.
No, I
You
don't.
do.
Paul is being ridiculous. I don't care what I look like in public. I do care what I look like for you guys, which is why I've got a light pointing at me. Because, I don't want to look all dark and shadowy. I want you to see my face and, connect with my eyes. And if I'm half lit, you can't do that. Picture of pictures of the mullet or it didn't happen. You know what? I don't think I've actually got any
I
pictures
don't
of
remember.
that.
Did you have a mullet when I knew you?
No.
No.
What do you mean? Mullets had gone out by 1992, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 80s when I had a mullet. I probably have got one. I was very much into bands like Duran Duran. So whatever Duran Duran did, I wanted to do, you know. I was a teenager, you know. Can I? We haven't got one to hand, Carol Ann. Maybe we'll dig one out. No, I mustn't go too far into the light pack. I do have pictures, but they're not to hand. So, you know, we don't have, we're not the kind of people that have pictures around the house of people.
We've got one of us two.
Um,
In the bedroom.
yeah, in the bedroom, we've got one of us two that was taken at a party, a celebrity party, actually, a few years ago.
Celebrity.
It was a celebrity party. There were a number of minor C-list celebrities there,
Yeah.
weren't there? Yes, there were. And we had a picture taken and we kept it because I particularly like the one of me. No, it was a good one. It was a good one. And yeah, so, you know, it's nice to have a good picture.
Shall I get it?
No, don't get it.
Shall I get it?
No, don't get it.
Is it?
No, it's not a very good one of you, Paul.
I don't care.
He doesn't care. Paul cares less about himself than I do. Well, it's not really that fancy. Paul was in the industry for many years and we sort of, you know, went around a few circles of people. It's not that old and it's me with short hair. Oh, go and get it, Paul. Oh, he's going to go and get it. All right, you lot. I'll vape while he goes and gets that photo. Honestly. But I'm not getting out the photos of the 80s, not tonight. It would require a trip to the loft cupboard to do that. It's only a few years ago. It's not that long ago. Well, I was in ticketing and Paul was in publicity. But this wasn't that time.
12 years ago.
This was about 12 years ago. I just wiped the dust off it. And that's me with short hair. There we go. Me with short hair looking a bit slimmer and wearing a very glamorous top as well. Can you see it?
And scarf.
There we go. Me with short hair. Paul with short hair too. There we go.
Bit fatter.
Is that okay? You all got that? There we are.
I look like a techie.
Yeah, we were quite poshed up that night. It was, yes, it was a good evening, wasn't it? We had a good,
37th birthday.
we had a good, it was, whose?
Alex Best.
It wasn't, was it Alex's?
It's Alex's birthday.
It was a friend of ours' birthday, a celebrity friend of ours. So there we go. So there we are. There's a picture of ours 12 years ago. Blah, blah, blah. Hope you enjoyed it. Da, 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 da. Men seem to age better than women do they? I know a few men who haven't aged well. I mean, you know, you've either got the luck or you look after yourself, you eat well. We're not terribly good at keeping fit, although I am about to restart my exercise regime. And yes, I may do a video of that because I think that will be quite funny.
Can't do music.
I don't know. I think I know a few women who've aged well, you know, but I think the problem is nowadays is people get too much done. You know, we knew a few people who'd had Botox and you couldn't tell their emotions. You couldn't tell their emotional responses. And, you know, I find it very strange. Sarah, I don't look anything like David Bowie. Love. No. I think there is a lot of pressure to look good. And I think you've got to look good for yourself primarily. I think you've got to please yourself. And I think it gives you a boost when you look in the mirror and you think, oh, I look okay today. There's been times where I've not felt great and we've been going through, personal issues like bereavement. And you look in the mirror and think, I look 60. Um, I look 10 years older. Do you know what I mean? So there we go. That's lovely, Lorraine. Excellent. Hi, Blue Pony Farm. Hi, Marjan. Thank you very much for joining us. Who were music idols in the 80s? In the 80s, well, it would have been Duran Duran, Toya, Kate Bush. Oh gosh, too many to name. Japan, David Sylvian. Yeah, loads, lots. You look in the mirror and think, oh my God, I look so old. Well, I have days like that. But I think we need to embrace our age. Hello, Chile, England. Brian Ferry, love Brian Ferry, loved Roxy Music. Frizzle Sizzle in the 80s, a Dutch girl group. Never heard of them.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Hi, Light Switch. Thank you very much. Hello to you. The Commodores. Yeah, I quite like the Commodores. Hi, Christine. Blondie, do you mean Ali? I love Blondie. Love Debbie Harry. Adamant. I loved Adamant. I was in love with Adamant. Brilliant. Loved him. Culture Club. Love Culture Club. Although, Boy George, he's had his moments, hasn't he?
They're back together.
They are. I think they are back together. Yeah. Brian Ferry. I thought he was touring. A rubber plant. We've still got a spider plant in our bathroom, actually. Rubber plants, I think, are back in fashion, aren't they? Because they're one of the plants that can help to remove toxins from the air. Yeah, I think Boy George went off the rails, didn't he? A number of times and did a few really silly things, And I think you've got to be so careful when you're in the public eye because you are setting an example. Excuse me, I'm just getting comfortable. You're setting an example when you're in the public eye, and I think you really have to be careful what you say and do. Addiction aside, of course. It is quite warm here, Bonnie, as well. But I think we're in for a cold snap. Your garlic came up this week. Have we got garlic coming up, Paul?
Yeah.
We've got garlic coming up. Is that normal for this time of year?
3 times, yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly normal for us at this time of year, apparently. 3000% frosty here on and off. I don't think we've had any frost recently in London.
We will tonight.
But apparently tonight we're going to be getting a frost. Yeah.
And
So there we go.
Had a really bad one, didn't she?
So let me just catch up with the, yes, I love spider plants as well, Light Switch. It is in Florida. It's warm in Florida, Linda. Yeah. Lovely. I hope we're going to get a cold snap because I think we need a cold snap. I think we need a cold snap to kill off all the nasty things. And I think that's a good thing about winter. It kills off everything. -5 last night in Scotland. So, Ronna, you're saying it's like spring up there at the moment. It was a beautiful day today. Paul was out in it. I wasn't. I was doing stuff indoors, but it was beautiful. And there was a lovely, lovely sunset this evening. Did anybody else get a beautiful sunset in the UK this evening? We thought it was gorgeous. Okay. Yeah, exactly. All those nasty little things need to be killed off so the season can start again afresh in spring. And also all the bugs that we're getting, like the colds and that all needs to be killed off as well. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 58 people here. Welcome to everybody. Um, I just want to say a little thank you to you all for subscribing and following us on YouTube. We're really grateful, and we're really getting in the swing of producing regular content for you. We kind of do whatever we think you might like and what we like, and we're really enjoying it. So there's going to be lots more coming up. Um, Paul is going to hopefully be starting a live show of his own, um, possibly on a midweek evening to talk about gardening, because obviously that's his specialty. So we're looking forward to that. And thank you very much, Homebird Farm. Sorry, just catching up, looking at your comments. There's so many going past. It's going past so quickly, which is great. Deb, you just made the stovetop biscuits. Those are the rolls that we made. You call them biscuits, you guys. Um,
What did she add?
Sorry. How are the Cedrics? The Cedrics are fine. Those are the worms in the makeshift wormery. What are you going to do with those tonight, Paul? Are you going to bring them close to the house, or have you done that already? Okay, good. Light switch, you accidentally ran into this channel. Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. It's a variety channel, so we provide lots of different content, and we have a wide range of different viewers, hopefully, who enjoy what we do. The slug eggs get killed in the frosts. Yeah, I think that needs to happen for the cycle to continue, you know. Um, Sorry, somebody asked me a question. How did we meet? We met in a theatre. We met in the Young Vic Theatre in London's West End when we both worked in the West End in theatre. Um, yeah, we'll take some cold weather. Send it over here. We don't mind. Braggis, awesome. Hi, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. You're very, very welcome. Beer traps for slugs. Yeah, we've never tried beer traps, have we, Paul?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. I think that's something we may well try. We have quite a good frog population on our allotment, and I believe they eat the slugs and the snails. So there you go.
And
Um,
we're going to put a pond in this year
with what?
in the winter
You're
by
putting a pond
by
in?
the apple tree.
What about mosquitoes?
No, it'll be fine.
Oh, Paul's putting a pond in apparently. Okay.
No, I said we're putting a pond in.
Where? Me?
We're.
Me as
Yes,
well?
the two of
Oh,
us.
he's getting me doing a job now. Oh well. No, I'm quite sure, Inga, clearing out the slug traps, ugh, not a very nice thing. Salt does kill slugs, but that's an awful way to kill a slug. We don't really want to cause them distress because, yeah, and also pouring salt on the allotment wouldn't be very good for the soil, so it's not an option that we would use. Um, we'd like to use the beer traps because that's a fun way for them to die because they get drunk and just drown drunk, which I think is better. Um, okay, so what was I saying? I was saying something before I got into that. I was saying thank you to everybody, wasn't I? Thank you very much. And let's move on from that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, we've got a few things coming up. Paul's live show, which he's going to start quite soon, not sure when. We've also got a new challenge that we're going to start as well, which we will hopefully be announcing on Sunday on our regular Sunday chat, which isn't live for those of you who don't know. It's a pre-recorded chat that we do each Sunday, which is Paul and I sitting on the sofa being silly most of the time, but hopefully entertaining you. and we've got a challenge that we're going to be releasing. And we have asked a few YouTubers and also people who follow us on our Facebook group, Planet Vegetaria. For those of you who haven't joined that, it's a sort of food and environment fun group where we share ideas around the planet, around food, around vegetarian food. Um, we're also hoping that somebody from Planet Vegetaria will join us in being judges for this channel, for this challenge that we're going to be setting on Sunday. So there we go. That's something else that is coming up. And the usual old videos. Did anybody see the Christmas special that we did? Did you enjoy it? I'm having tea now. I'm having some of my tea. Sorry, did I miss? I've missed a load of comments. You're all having conversations amongst yourselves now, which is lovely. Just get on with it. I don't mind.
Well, Mag says that she hopes her chickens would eat her slugs, but they don't.
Oh. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Inga. Thank you. You loved the Queen character. Have you all seen the Queen character from May? Was it May? Spring, I did one around the royal wedding.
The royal wedding.
Yeah, was it April or May? I can't remember. So there is another
June.
one.
Yeah, May or June.
Do we get T2Ts? I don't know what T2Ts are. Thank you, 3000%. Yes, I'm glad you noticed the build-up of the tinsel. Good, thank you very much. Sorry, I've just got my trousers caught. There we are, that's better. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Oh, good. We'll accept it after the show, or Paul may do it while he's on his tablet. I'm not sure. Thank you very much. The makeup was amazing. Well, it was really quick. It was a really quick makeup. I kind of made a mistake when I started and had to wipe the whole lot off and start again, and change the look completely, and just decided to go for glitter. So thank you very much. In the ideal world, I would take away my eyebrows and cover them up and do higher eyebrows for a more drag look, but I just didn't have time. Okay, Tony, no problem. Hi, is it Dea? Do we pronounce it as Dea or Daya? Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. We've got 57 people here now. That's lovely. Well, you're very kind, Homebird Farm. Too cold for a bath, you loony. Who's having a bath then? I didn't see that one.
Oh, Nettie's made the boiled cake.
You've made the boiled cake twice. And when you went for a slice, it was gone because the kids and your friends loved it. I think we've still got a piece left, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's probably gone a bit dry. Now, if it does go dry, it's ideal for use as a trifle.
Base.
Yes, for those of you who don't know what a trifle is, it's a British dessert, and it contains usually some kind of sponge cake soaked in alcohol, possibly with jelly and fruit, with custard and cream topping. And it sounds disgusting, but it's fabulous and delicious and usually very boozy. Now, Ronna, do you mean Rudolph? Yes, Rudolph. T-shaped rifle. Just made a trifle, Lorraine. Did you put sherry in it? My granny used to make a sherry trifle that would floor an adult within 10 minutes. It was so strong. She used to put all sorts in, sherry, brandy, goodness knows what. And it was so strong. It had such a a strong whiff. You could literally keel over just by smelling it. Well, absolutely, I think so. A trifle has got to have sherry and maybe some other booze.
Maybe we should make a trifle with our
Maybe we
fruitcake.
should, Paul. Paul's offering to make a trifle with the remainder of the fruitcake. Lovely. You're allergic to alcohol. Well, to be honest, we don't really drink. Not these days. We have the odd glass of wine, as opposed to drinking every single night, sometimes a whole bottle or two. A good few years ago now, but we've kind of put alcohol behind us. Um, but you could make it without. You could. You could make it without. Yeah, absolutely. You've never tasted sherry. Sherry is like a very thick fortified wine. In fact, it's made from
It's wine.
it's yeah, it's like a thick, very alcoholic, strong, sweet or dry
Semi-distilled.
wine. The sherry that I used to drink is a sherry called Harvey's Bristol Cream, which is quite big in the UK and is a staple Christmas drink for a lot of people in the UK. And it's quite heartwarming, shall we say?
Gives you heartburn.
But it gives me heartburn. It gives me indigestion and heartburn. So I can no longer drink sherry.
Plus,
Um,
Mandy says, I love Harvey's.
yeah, Mandy, I used to love. We always had a bottle of Harvey's Bristol Cream at Christmas, always. Um, and I just can't drink it anymore. I really can't drink it. Hello, Painter Direct. Thank you very much for joining us. You're very, very welcome. Thank you. We're just talking about sherry. Yes, Christmas sherry. What's your favourite Christmas tipple if you're into them? Because you've probably got some left. I know quite a few people who like Baileys. Oh, I can't stand Baileys. Oh God, no. Just the thought of it makes me want to vomit. Oh, so sweet and thick and ugh. Remy Martin or Remy Martin, is it?
Martin.
Is it French?
Yeah.
Baileys over ice. Oh God, no. I mean, hats off to you, those who love it, but makes me want to vomit. Gin and tonic. You get very warm red cheeks when you drink. Sherry or port. Yeah, I used to like a port. Port and lemon. Rumpelmins. What's Rumpelmins? I've never heard of Rumpelmins. Malt whiskey. Peppermint schnapps. It's like, what's that green one? Creme de menthe. Oh, creme de menthe. Oh, disgusting. I don't like those kind of liqueur-y things. Not my idea of a nice time. Ugh. Maybe some cider. I like a bit of cider. It's got to be good cider though. And I do quite like an artisan beer occasionally on a hot day, a nice cold artisan beer.
Now,
What
cider in America,
is
in some
what?
areas, is apple juice, isn't it?
Paul's directing me again.
No, you mentioned cider.
Yes, somebody likes cider. Oh yeah, cider in the UK is different to cider in the States. Hard cider, they call it, don't they?
Yeah.
For alcoholic. Cider in the UK is always alcoholic. Okay. Parma Violet Gin. Oh, goodness me, that sounds a bit Aspel cider. Yeah, I've had Aspel cider. Amaretto. You homebrew. Lovely. Yes, European cider, absolutely. What's our bedtime drink? We very often drink tea in the evening. Usually Water, I always take water to bed, always. I have to drink water throughout the night. I get very dry during the night. So if I wake up, if I come to during the night, I have a glug of water. I always drink a large glass of water first thing in the morning. First thing I do, big glass of water, rehydrate. Pork in cider. We used to do, what was that thing we used to do? That ham. We used to do a ham in,
Cider.
was it in cider?
You used to boil it in cider.
Yeah, we used to do ham in cider years ago when we ate meat. Bombay Sapphire Gin. Yeah, I mean, we don't get me wrong, we do occasionally like a glass of champagne or a glass of red wine, but it's really occasional now. It really is. You know, I think people that enjoy, sorry, Dirk, I just saw your message. Dirk, hi, Dirk. Your wife used to drink Nacht Music chocolate liqueur. Ooh, sounds a bit rich to me. I don't agree with people forcing people to drink. I've known a few friends over the years who have been really pushy when you don't want to have a drink. And, you know, I don't think you should do that to people. You drink if you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. That's it, you know? Okay. See you later. Thanks for joining us. Say goodbye to Chickenlandia. You see, I don't agree with that. I think it's really bad. People cajoling people into having a drink when they don't drink or they don't want to drink. You know, I don't really like how alcohol makes me feel the next day. It makes me feel foggy. Um, and even a small amount of alcohol, you know, a big glass of red wine can make me feel a little bit hungover. But, you know, I've had plenty of fun on alcohol. Believe you me, plenty of fun over the years. And I've drunk, I think, quite a lot over the years. Friday night used to be our drinking night, didn't it, Paul?
Did it?
We used to have a bottle of champagne on a Friday
Oh, we
night.
did, yeah.
We always had a bottle of champagne on a Friday night for many, many years. And we really enjoyed that. And friends very often would come over and we'd drink and laugh. And the days I smoked cigarettes, you know, there we go. Roslyn, you like to test at beer festivals. I like a really good tasty beer occasionally. I really do, but I've never been to a festival. I think when you get to a certain age, I think you have to start making decisions about whether you want to live long or die young. Known a few people who've been big drinkers, big smokers, who have died young. So that kind of sticks in my head, you know? Um, Hi, Ross. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're just talking about beer and wine and drink and all of those things. Yeah, I think people should respect other people's choices and not to drink, you know, not to be forced into having a drink just because it's Christmas, you know. I think that's
Or
really
business
awful.
meetings. I went to one the other day.
Hi, Jackie.
And they were sort of like, why aren't you drinking?
Yeah, Paul was saying that he went to a meeting, you know, business meeting the other day during the Christmas period, and they were kind of all questioning him, why aren't you drinking? You know, he's like, I don't want to drink, thanks very much. You know, so hi, Vinny. How was New Year? Very quiet, very sedate. We were in bed before midnight and then were woken up by the barrage of fireworks, as usual, like a war zone in this area. Lady Macbeth, glass of water and a banana for you first thing in the morning. Lovely. Jackie, you had a big shock this week, probably caused by drink. Oh dear, I hope it's nothing really bad. Peer pressure, exactly. I've been in those situations many times. And not just with drink, I might add, with other things as well, you know. Um, Ross, you love beer, wine, and whiskey, but drink a lot less than you did as a 20-something. Yeah, me too. Me too. You know, absolutely. Um, you like ginger beer, Patricia. I love a ginger beer, but I try to avoid fizzy drinks. We like fizzy water. Vinny, you don't mind some drinking like at New Year, but never go overboard. You had a party. Excellent. Brilliant. There was singing, dancing, and a little naughtiness. Well, little naughtiness goes a long way, doesn't it? Oh my goodness me, Jackie, that's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? Goodness me, that's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's a real shocker. Mm. Yes, it does, paint to direct. Absolutely, I totally agree with you. Um, Sparkling elderflower water from Morrison's, lovely. Oh dear. Okay. That's awful, Jackie. I'm so sorry to hear that. And, you know, I've been in a number of situations over the years, many, many, many years ago, a long time ago, where people were drinking and became violent and, you know, had to deal with violent people a couple of times and had to calm them down. And alcohol can do some very strange things. I've never been like that myself, but I know a few people who have been, and it's quite frightening. Yeah. Guru, welcome. The sounds of pleasure could be heard from your house, Vinny, but you made sure everyone was safe. Well, I think that's important, isn't it? You know, I think if you host a party, um, you kind of can't totally relax because you're kind of making sure everybody's okay, you know. Dirk, you're wearing your old army socks. Not even one hole. Well, if they're still okay, why not? Absolutely. Hello, Guru. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What did Mark say?
He's got man flu.
Mark's got man flu. Oh no. Get well soon, Mark. So it was a really saucy party then, Vinny. Well, good. I'm glad you all had a good time
And was safe.
and were safe. Absolutely. Well, I mean, don't get too explicit, Vinny, because what will happen is YouTube will automatically block your message if you use any rude words. And, you know, we've got some young people here too. But no, that's not rude at all. Absolutely fine. Oh, here we go. Bye, Harry. We don't ask those kind of rude questions. Thank you very much, Harry. Are you a troll? Asking me whether I'm gay. I mean, you know, give me an effing break. I mean, are you blind? Well, they might be. Sorry to the blind. But do you know what I mean? If you've got to ask that question, you just know, you know. Anyway, Lynn, you're just testing to see if your computer works because you can't send messages. Okay. Right. So, how long have we been on air for? 54 minutes. And we've got 66 people here, 67 people. Thank you very much, everybody, apart from the trolls. Oh, I'm sure you won't, Vinny. You've been very well behaved so far. No, I'm glad you had a good evening. That was brilliant. Excellent. Right, I just missed a couple of, oh, don't worry about them, Greta. It's not a problem. Ronald's off. Bye, Ronald. Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. See you very soon. Okay, Homebird Farm. Good evening to you as well. Lynn, you don't drink or smoke but still have fun. Well, I don't drink and I don't smoke now, but I used to. I vape. I do vape. But I mean, it doesn't get me high. You understand? It's just a little bit of nicotine. But I was far wilder in my youth, very wild. But, you know, I do want to sort of make it to my 70s at least. So, you know, all that wildness has to calm down at some point because it's not good for your body or your mind. I'm already crazy enough as it is. I can't be any crazier. Somebody said that Paul and I looked high on our Christmas Day video.
New Year.
No, Christmas Day, wasn't it?
Is it the bubbles?
Yeah.
That was New Year's.
Was that New Year?
New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah, New Year's Eve. Yeah, somebody said we looked high. We weren't high. Haven't been high for years. Blimey. And Paul certainly has never been high, only on alcohol. So, you know, we weren't high. We were completely straight. And that's the thing, you know, my personality is crazy enough without any extra things added into the bargain. In fact, what tends to happen to me if I drink now, I have, say, half an hour of feeling bubbly, and then I feel really tired. You know, it doesn't have that lengthy effect on me any longer. You know, I just think, oh, I've had enough now. And I become subdued. It doesn't give me that sort of uplift like it used to. I think it's an energy thing, you know. You had a great time, Vinny, and your girl and you had a fine long conversation looking forward to the new year. That's lovely. Isn't it nice when you have those parties or those evenings where people talk and relax and everything's cool and everybody gets on, and it's just lovely to do that, isn't it? Smoking does give you wrinkles, absolutely. I've been quite lucky. Um, Yeah, I've been quite lucky. I haven't got too many wrinkles. I wasn't a heavy smoker. I might have been in my 20s. I was probably quite a heavy smoker then. But later on, I really became aware of the number of cigarettes I was smoking. Then I started on roll-ups, tiny roll-ups, and then I sort of worked my way down to about 6 tiny roll-ups a day, and then I quit using this. So there we go. Um, yeah,
Who's Honey G?
Honey G just got sacked by Santa. She said she's really bad at rapping. Well, I'd agree with that. Honey G.
Honey G?
Honey G, was she on X Factor? Honey G, or Britain's Got Talent? I'm not sure. She's that rapper, you know, that English white rapper.
I've got no idea.
No, Paul doesn't know who she is. I've seen her. She's not my favourite person. I'm sure she's very nice. So, Ross, you wish that cannabis was legal for what relief? Pain relief.
Pain relief.
Odd how you can't use that bit. You've been on opioids for years. Sometimes you think being high once a week would help you sleep. Well, I've used opioids for many years, codeine, um, and yeah, I don't use them that often now. But yes, I mean the benefits of cannabis are well documented now. We just need this government to wake up, really, and smell the marijuana, really. Because look at the cases that we've seen recently about epilepsy and pain relief, cancer patients. You know, there's so many benefits, and also in terms of industry as well. You know, clothing, various materials can be made out of hemp. You know, hemp milk, which we've made, haven't we? We made hemp milk, not out of marijuana seeds. They were hemp seeds. You understand, and you can't get high from the seeds anyway. Um, but there we go. I agree with you, Ross. Totally agree with you. That's okay, Ross. No problem. I kind of got what you're saying. Yes, Deb, I hear it is legal now. Um, sorry, have I missed somebody? Hi, Nancy. Sorry, I missed your hello. I'm just checking I haven't missed anybody. So, Ross, you vape CBD and it's eliminated your ibuprofen use. Great, excellent. And there's a photo, Vinny, of you at the party with a leopard thong. Oh, goodness me. There we go. Okay, Jackie, that's good. Yes, Dirk. Yeah, exactly. You know, the police in the UK have kind of, mm, I mean, I can't speak for the police. I'm not involved in the police. Um, but they kind of turned blind eye a little bit. I certainly know it's not like it used to be. I mean, if you were ever caught smoking a joint in a park, you'd be bundled into a van and taken off to the station. Um, you know, they would act upon it. Whereas now I think they're a little bit more relaxed about it. Um, and, you know, so they should be. I mean, God, alcohol causes far greater problems on the streets of the UK than a bit of marijuana does, you know. But we need to take it out of the hands of some of the people who deal. And, you know, the government can earn some tax, huge amounts of tax, huge amounts. You know, just the fact that it's illegal won't stop people who are using it, will it? No, it's not going to change. There we go. That's my stance on it. Yeah, I mean, you know, if there are people who are outright criminals, um, engaged in criminal activity, which is kind of causing danger to people, then those people need to be dealt with. But the man on the street, the ordinary man on the street that likes to smoke a spliff once in a while, shouldn't be criminalized, really. Do we take vitamins? We do take vitamins occasionally if we feel as though we need a boost, but we eat so much vegetable and fruit every day that I think we get the intake that we need. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the comments. Caroline, CBD is one of the ingredients, one of the chemicals that makes up um, marijuana. So you've got THC, you've got CBD, and I think there's another compound as well. Um, I'm not an expert. Okay, sorry, I'm just catching up with the comments. Okay, oh, just ignore them, they'll go away. So Oh, we put the world to rights, haven't we, this evening? Absolutely. Yes, we've thrown them back under the bridge. Go the trolls. Goodbye. Thank you, Pag. Pag's one of my moderators, along with Paul, and I've got a couple of other people as well, but they're not with us this evening. So there you go. So it's, oh, hello, Japan. It's 4:03 a.m. in the morning in Japan. Well, I hope you're okay. You should be tucked up in bed. Hello, Takashi. Welcome. Welcome to the party. We have 65 people here now. We're very, very pleased to welcome you all. Yes, Lottie, we do. I think we do. We get, thank you, Vinny. You're very kind. We do get a lot of vitamins. I mean, we kind of look okay generally, although we've both looked a bit tired recently after the colds that we've had. And at this time of year, of course, you know, everybody looks in the mirror and thinks, oh, the light is so grey and, you know. Um, Jane, I'm sure you don't. If you buy one of these lights, it's a 55K light, which is 5500 Kelvin. It gives a very pure white light, and it gives, I have a diffuser on it, which means it gives a soft glow, so it makes anybody look good. You'd like to see Vivi and I do a garden collaboration, visit each other's plot. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. We may well have been talking to Vivi about that. Aha. You think I'd have enjoyed the party? I'm sure you do know how to throw a good party. We're not really, to be honest with you, we're not really party people nowadays. We used to have some huge parties here when we first moved in here, which was 14 years ago. And we were obviously 14 years younger than we are now.
I think we're about 20 years younger than we are.
Yeah, we felt 20 years younger. We had some big parties. In fact, we've thrown a lot of parties over the 25 years that we've been together. But recently we haven't. We tend to like small, intimate gatherings with just a few people that we know well and eat lots of good food. So there you go. But I'm sure we would have enjoyed your party. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Hi, Tamara. No, we're not, Nancy. We're not. We're different sides of London. We're in West London, and Vivi is right over the other side of London. So we're opposite ends of the city. We've never met. We've never met. We've just exchanged messages through YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, there we go. I'm just catching up. Hello, homemade and homegrown, and home in nature. That's a long name. Thank you very much for joining us.
It's tomorrow.
Oh, is that Tamara? Oh, sorry, Tamara. Hi, Tamara. Sorry. Hello, John from Dublin. Welcome, John. You're very, very welcome. Thank you. Jane, I will try and find a picture of the mullet. I simply do not have one to hand. If I did, I would get it for you. Believe you me. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed of my look in the 80s. But yeah, I'd have to dig it out from the attic. It is rather long, Tamara, but that's fine. They did. Of course, they all had mullets, Jane. They were all mullets. They were the king of the mullets, dear. Nick Kershaw as well. He had a mullet. Mine was a stylish mullet. Mine was more like John Taylor's. Yes. Well, John Taylor had red hair with blonde fringe. I had that at one stage. I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I was addicted to hair dye in the 80s. My hair was usually a different color each week. In fact, when I first met Paul, I was still into dyeing my hair. And in fact, when I was at Pag's, I was best man to Pag's wedding. And I had aqua coloured hair for Pag's wedding, didn't I, Pag? Yeah, there we go. Hungry like the wolf, yes. You'd like us to you'd be interested to see a video on what we eat on a daily basis. Well, we normally eat breakfast, either toast or cereal, sometimes a little bit of fruit. Lunch is normally a homemade soup with homemade bread, maybe a little cheese, some tomatoes. And then evening meal is usually something homemade. We might have something like we like curries, we like stews, we like vegetables, steamed, rice, pasta, and we like a big meal in the evening. Although we're learning to portion control this year because,
That,
we're too big.
well, I am.
So sorry, did I miss anybody here?
Rachel says,
Did I wear a shell suit? Well, Mark, now space hoppers were well before shell suits. I was on a space hopper in the 70s when we wore track suits and shell suits hadn't been invented. But no, I never wore a shell suit, ever. Never. At that time, I was probably wearing baggy jeans and big baggy t-shirts at that time. Rachel, your hair is purple at the moment. I love purple hair. I would love to dye my hair um, more often, but it would have to be temporary. What's Paul laughing at?
Have you murdered someone,
Pepe. Yes, 3000%. I loved Pepe. I had loads of Pepe stuff. Yes, absolutely. You're talking my language. Have you murdered somebody, love? Yeah. We watched Avira last night. Yeah. Yes, I had Pepe jeans, Pepe trousers, Pepe tops. They did all sorts of stuff. Pepe loved my Pepe things. We had a lovely little boutique in the town that I lived in Macclesfield in Cheshire. And I used to spend a lot of my money there on Pepe stuff. Yeah. In fact, there's still a Pepe store somewhere. There was one in Bicester Shopping Village, a Pepe store. I think they're still going, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Erica. Bermuda shorts. Woohoo. Yeah. Have you murdered somebody, look? Because if you have, we'll find out. She always says that at some point, doesn't she? You have no idea about this fashion stuff. Well, neither do I nowadays, Caroline. I don't buy anything these days. In fact, I've not been to a shop probably for a couple of years. I can't afford it. I used to be a regular shopper. I love TK Maxx. You could buy some really individual stuff from TK Maxx, but I just don't have the money to spend on clothes. So we're sort of existing on what we've got at the moment. So there you go. I'm glowing. What's my secret? My secret is studio lighting. That's my secret with a diffuser. So that's placed right up here and it just gives me that glow. You'd like to dress me? I don't think you would, Denise. You know what? I'd love to have a suit, but I just can't afford it. So, you know. Yeah, I mean, my style now, if I'm getting dressed up, I really love skinny jeans, t-shirt and a jacket with a nice scarf. But generally I wear, jeans and t-shirts most of the time. That's how I'm comfortable. Um, I make sure the skinny jeans have got plenty of stretch in them because, so there you go. Bye, Blue Pony Farm. Take care. Hi, Bill and Val. Oh, I love my skinny jeans. I really do. Um, it's probably because it's the last opportunity to show off my legs. And I've got relatively good legs for a 6'4.5" person. They're relatively still toned. So I say show them off because I never wear shorts. So there we go. Hi, Bill and Val. Sue, you haven't bought a new item of clothing for more than 10 years. Well, you know, good for you. I think if we can use what we've got. Hello, Sean. Welcome. There is a YouTuber called Skinny Jean Gardner. Wow. Maybe I should get my skinny jeans out on the plot, Paul.
Well, Tony.
The only thing about skinny jeans for me is that I don't really have much of a bum. It's quite small, although it's got slightly larger in recent years. But, you know, I think if you've got it, flaunt it. You know, I like the way I look in a jacket, skinny jeans, and a t-shirt. That's just my, you know, personal view. And I think if you wear something that you think you look good in, whether you do or not, it makes you feel good. It elevates you. It elevates you. No, I've never had much of a bottom, you know. I am 6'4", yeah, and no, Paul isn't. Paul's a tiny little Guernsey hobbit. Yes, he's half my size. We're like little and large. Yeah, I don't mean to be awful to Paul, but yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I do like clothes, but I just can't be bothered. And if I do buy clothes, if we do go to say TK Maxx, what are you laughing at, Paul? If we do go to TK Maxx, I like to go first thing in the morning on a Sunday when the dressing rooms are empty because I hate all that sweaty, hot, getting, you know, trying your clothes on and oh, I hate all of that. I really do. I feel pressured to hurry and there's people waiting outside and so yeah, there you go. Elevated bottom. I could do with a bottom job, actually. I could do with a bottom lift. I wish they'd do uplift underwire underpants. That's what I need, just to give me that little pert bottom like I used to have 30 years ago. Oh dear. Warwick Davis was, I love Warwick. He's wonderful, isn't he? There we go. Willow, love Willow. Too much information. I do apologize, John. But there we go. I don't do that often. I don't say things like bottom very often. So there we are. Like Madonna. Like Madonna? Who's like Madonna? Underwires kill laundry machines. I believe they do. I've heard that. You nearly trained in fashion, but opted for graphics. Yeah. I would have liked to have done fashion, but I probably don't. Oh, yes, Sean. Yeah, I've seen this body shaping underwear for men. And I I very often wonder, you know, if I were to buy one of those sort of body shapers, where does the fat go? It's going to end up somewhere, isn't it? It's going to end up, you know, up here somewhere, isn't it? But I have thought about trying them, but I think it's sort of cheating. I kind of want people to see that I'm out of shape. I think it's being honest, you know, but I naturally hold everything in. I always have when I'm stood up. At the moment, it's all flopping down around my waist. Yeah, and my pants are a little bit tight. There we are. G273 Outdoors, welcome. Thank you for popping in. You're very welcome. The comments are going past so fast now, I just can't keep up with them. Go for the Kardashian look. I don't even know what they look like. What do the Kardashians look like? Oh, you mean, oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, that picture. That picture where she was that Kim Kardashian with the glass on her bum and champagne, which was copied from somebody else, wasn't it? It was very, very strange. You liked, was that Jean-Paul Gaultier's kilts? Yes, absolutely. Well, Dad Bod was in Ross, and I felt quite at home with that because I think that's what I've got. I've got a Dad Bod. I was always very, very skinny as a sort of 20-something. I think when Paul met me, I was very skinny. And over the years, all the eating, all the food, it's all caught up, along with the lack of exercise and me failing to do a regular Jane Fonda workout. I must restart that. I really should. That sofa throw reminds you you've got to buy some Scottish shortbread. Yes. This was from Vivi's store, this throw. We've just eaten a whole packet of shortbread, haven't we, Paul? That Clarice sent us. We managed to polish that off in 2 days, flat. It just went down the hatch very quickly.
It was very, very nice.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
But it didn't have lots of sugar on it.
Oh, it was lovely. I love shortbread. Sean, you've started me thinking about food now. Oh, goodness me. Yeah. Grace Jones, thank you very much. Yes, she did. Absolutely. Lady Macbeth is going off to feed her pussies. Lovely.
And
Salem and Pumpkin.
YouTube hid that.
YouTube tried to hide your comment, Lady Macbeth, because you used the word pussy, which YouTube doesn't like. And I don't know whether anybody saw, but I did a little video in summer where I had my pussy parasol and I was twirling it, and it was only 7 seconds long. And YouTube won't let me monetize that video because I've used the word pussy. In my day, pussy meant pussycat. Nothing rude.
Well, Mrs. Slocum.
Mrs. Slocum was always feeding her pussy and stroking her pussy and getting a neighbour to look after her pussy. There we go. What about Pussy Willow? Anybody seen Serial Mom? One of my favourite films. There we go. I know, I should change the name, Erica. I haven't got round to it. There we go. You see, all your messages are being hidden now by YouTube. Yes, Mrs. Slocum did have a lovely pussy. Yes. Oh, I don't know. Edit the word out. I should do, really. Mrs. Slocum, did she have a wet pussy? Oh, did it get caught in the rain? And she had to go home and dry it?
It did, yeah.
Oh, dearie me. I don't know. It's all gone very carry on, hasn't it? Pussy galore. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, dear. My channel's full of pussy now.
Pussy talk.
Oh, dear. I don't know. Is the other voice coming from the Buddha? Yes, it's my talking Buddha, Sean. No, it's Paul moderating for me. He doesn't like to appear on this one. He likes to sit comfortably, letting all his fat hang out. That's what's happening below here. You see, that's why I cut off here, the shoulders, so you can't see my huge belly. We don't mind being overweight. We're quite happy with it, but we'd like to lose a little bit this year. There we are. Yes. I don't know. Goodness me. Yes, Sarah, I'd be in stitches too if I was watching this, but I have to stay controlled because I am the one in control. There we are. I don't want to do an Erica and start laughing hysterically like she did with Liz the other week, which was very, very funny. Yes, you see, oh, YouTube's really going wild now. Its algorithms are just going crazy because you're all saying the word pussy. Oh, goodness me. Cats are very clean, Heather, except when they decide to poo on a new, fresh duvet, like ours used to.
Occasionally.
Ours used to do a poo on the bed, and then she would neatly fold the corner of the duvet over the poo, neatly. So you wouldn't notice it until you got into bed, and then had to strip the bed and change the duvet cover. Yeah. It was Liz's fault. Let's blame Liz, Erica. Yours used to poop in your slippers, goodness me. Oh, I think they like to do that, don't they? They like to poo on the bed for a reason. I read about it, and there is a reason. As they get older, of course, they poo and wee wherever they like, basically. Our elderly cats used to do that quite regularly. I know, poor Liz, Erica. Don't blame it all on Liz. I think you need to take some of the blame, Erica. Well, that's okay if they pooping outside, which is lovely, but our cats were house cats. So we had all the poo, wee, and vomit to deal with indoors. But hey ho, Vivi's arrived. Welcome, Vivi. Thank you very much. We've had a bit of a wild evening this evening, Vivi. It's all turned very carry on and very are you being served? Paul? I was about to tell Paul off then for something, but he won't let me.
No.
Ah, Paul. Why not? Oh, they're all wondering what it is now.
Because I'll leave all the trolls.
I don't know. There we go. So I've missed a load of messages, probably about cat poo, pee, and vomit. So welcome, Vivi. It is always carry on in this house. It's like a carry on movie continuously. Sadly, yes, we're rather crazy, aren't we? I think that's what people think of us. I think they think that Paul and I spend our whole life sat on the sofa, pulling silly faces, and me having a go at Paul. It's nothing like that. It's all very. No, it's not, Paul. It's all very normal. It's all very quiet and sedate and normal and just normal. Yes, I know you're all finding that terribly hard to swallow, but there we are. Lovely. So we are moving away from the pussies. Vivi, yes, we did see the video the other day where Vivi was talking about getting a dog. Yes, amazing. How lovely. Um, it took a while to end up in the gutter. It did, Inga. I'm terribly embarrassed that we ended up in the gutter with this schoolboy humour. I know, it's absolutely awful, awful, awful. We shall all be berated, whatever the word is. Carry on matron, yes, absolutely. It did bring a smile to my face, Carol, but it shall remain a secret. There we are. It's all Paul's fault, Rachel, all of it. Absolutely. You feel like you've been invited to a celebrity party. I know we've got all the celebrities in tonight. It's lovely. Yes, all 69 of them. Dear ladies. Dear ladies. Yes. Dear ladies.
I do, but I can't remember.
What was it, Sean? Tell us. I do remember that. If it was on in the 80s, we'll remember it. He's always taking the blame. Don't give him sympathy, Nancy. He doesn't need it. It's all an act. It's all a big act.
Dinner ladies.
Huh?
Dinner ladies as well.
Dinner lady. Oh, we love dinner ladies. Absolutely. How is my knitting at present? I'm not knitting anything at the moment. I did a bumper load of stuff before Christmas. I had to do a special Christmas scarf for a YouTube follower as a surprise. Long story. So I had to get that one and I had to do it really well. I had to like be careful, you know, and not drop any stitches. I did a scarf for Pag and I did a scarf for Angie as well. So I was knitting like crazy just before Christmas. Well, it was sort of November. So I haven't done any for a while. I do knit, but I only knit scarves because I can only do things in I can only do simple things that go in one line. I can't start to add arms and necks and things like that.
The difficult bit.
No, I'm not going to start. I'm not very good at counting. That's the thing. I forget where I am. And it's like, whoops, that was meant to be a sleeve. Whoop, it's not a sleeve anymore. I did a hat once. It turned out like a tea cozy, but my niece still loved it. I think she might still have it. I guess there's not much difference between a hat and a tea cozy, really. Hinge and bracket. Was it hinge and bracket? I
Yeah,
love hinge and
yeah.
bracket. Big hinge and bracket fan. Yes, hinge and bracket, of course. Love, love, love them. Absolutely. Oh, I've seen that thing where you knit with your arms. Must be quite tiring,
Did
I would
Jane Kelly
imagine.
do that?
I don't know. Did Jane Kelly knit with her arms? The one remaining lady
Oh, I
now
didn't
runs a
know
bed and
that.
breakfast in France. Well, that's amazing. I never knew that. Lovely. Of course, that was a strange time. I mean, I remember growing up and seeing acts like Danny LaRue, Hinge and Bracket, Dick Emery, Kenny Everett, people like that. I was always fascinated. Um,
And Julia Grant died
oh, yes, I heard
yesterday
about
or the day
Julia.
before.
Yeah, Julia Grant died, passed away at 64, really young. She was
She,
running a place in Benidorm, wasn't she?
yeah.
Um, hello, Camper Privet. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. We've certainly had a full house. It's 75 people joining us this evening. Thank you so much. We're so grateful. Thank you very much for joining. I hope we're entertaining you. We do try our best. Julian Clary. Now, friends of ours went to see Julian Clary last year at the Ealing Comedy Festival and said he was absolutely brilliant. Love a bit of Julian.
And Barb, we know.
Why do our streams always end up in the gutter? No, they don't, Vinny. That was a particularly bad example. Um, we don't end up in the gutter. Honestly, we don't, because we do have a number of young people that follow us. Um, so we try to keep things as clean as possible. A few euphemisms may pop in from time to time and whatever else, but we do try to keep it clean. You wish we could be on TV. Well, I don't know about doing television. Um, I'm not sure I'd enjoy it. This is to me, this is personal because it's kind of like being one to one. I know there are 77 people watching, and that's quite a few people, but it feels very intimate. I feel like I'm talking to you and you alone. So it's much easier to do. And I'm in control, Paul's in control. Um, do you know what I mean? It's a controllable environment. Television's very different. Um, I'm not sure I would be able to be myself in a TV studio, for example, or with a crew. It's a different thing. It's a different discipline. Um, I'd love to do theatre though. I'd love to do a show in a theatre. I'd love that. I think it's more, I don't know. It's being in contact with people. It's being in contact with the audience. I really feel like I'm in contact with you here. Hi, Handy Girl. Hi, Benny. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Oh, yes, Erica's live at 9 tonight, people. Remember that if you fancy going on. I've already done that, Sean. I've already done that. Um, no, I mean, I'd like to do a show in theatre one day. I'd love to do that. I don't know what it would be, but I'd love to do that. I have acted, so, I have trodden the boards, as they say, a few times. Yes, I have sold things in theatres. I've sold tickets. Paul and I have a West End background, so there we go. Wendy King, hi from Montreal, welcome. Yeah, it's a buzz, isn't it? And I've always found it, probably because I did drama and, a bit of training, I always felt quite at home on stage. I found it quite natural. I don't know, maybe it's because I was always pushed to do things as a small child, get up and sing in front of everybody and say your poem, or my mother always pushed me to do things like that. So I was always used to it. So I don't find it intimidating. I know some people find it terrifying, but I find it quite enjoyable. So there we go. Hi, Paul. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Yeah, um, I think you either enjoy it or you don't, Vinny. I've always been involved in jobs that have involved small audiences. Like I was a trainer um, for a couple of companies. I did corporate training in front of large groups of people, sort of 40 people. Um, I've never been intimidated by groups of people. I've always been able to talk. And I think that's probably the skill. My mother always said to me, "You've got the gift of the gab, you have." And I can talk. I can talk for England, probably. Whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't know. But, it's always stood me in good stead. And I'd like to exploit it in the future if I could. If I could be in a British black and white movie, which one would it be? That's a good question, Sean.
Rebecca, for me.
It would
I love Rebecca.
probably be, oh, I don't know. Gosh, what's that one with Alec Guinness? The Lady Killers.
Lady Killers.
I like that one. Probably the Lady Killers. That is that a British one?
Yeah.
Lady Killers?
Ealing.
Or yeah, an Ealing comedy, probably. I love Some Like It Hot. Love that one. Jane doesn't talk too much. She's very shy. Well, you could have fooled us on your live show, Jane. Really? You're doing a good job of hiding that shyness. I'm very shy, Jane. I'm very shy. You put me in a room full of people that I don't know, say a party situation, I would prefer to fade into the background. Um, but of course, if I'm pushed in front of those people and told to perform, sparkle, then I'll do it if need be. What's the craziest thing I've ever done? I don't think I could tell you that, Vinny, live on YouTube. I don't think I could tell you that.
Will you tell me later?
I'll tell you, Paul, you were probably there.
All right.
Um, let me just catch up on the comments. Yes, Vivi, yeah, we're looking forward to getting together at some point, Denise. So, keep your eye on that. Yeah, I love Some Like It Hot, one of my favorite films. Marilyn, just marvelous. Ealing allotment site. Which site is that, Paul?
Northfield.
Northfields. That's the Northfields site, which is about, I don't know, a mile away from where we are in Ealing, because we're in Ealing, Sean. We're in a place called Hanwell, tucked away in the corner of West London. Handy girl, you enjoy singing karaoke. Ross, you're going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Excellent. Woohoo. And Handy girl, you've been in a bluegrass band. Lovely. Excellent. Well done. Thank you, Vinny. Well, I'm not sure what I'd be doing. But, hey ho. We'll see. Did somebody mention Kind Hearts and Coronets? Yes, love that one. Rob, you like my hair. Thank you very much. You're very kind. I washed it earlier. It's still actually wet. It takes forever to dry, but I dry it naturally. I tend to dry it naturally. Thank you very much. You're very kind. I think Vivi has thought about doing a live show. I think at some point she would like to do that. Sean, that's rude. It's funny, but it's rude. I'm not repeating that. Honestly. Guru. It's hard to do at the plot. What, a live show, Tony? Yeah. Well, you've got to have a good connection, haven't you, I guess, and plenty of data and bandwidth to do a live show at the plot. Plus, you've got to have a good microphone because the wind noise would be terrible. I think otherwise we would have done it. Yeah. Um, I've done a live show on my phone, but from the house, obviously over the Wi-Fi connection, which is great. I'm doing this on the tablet because it's the only way I can do it. Yes, there we go. You worked on, did you work on Chicago?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't like Chicago. I found it boring.
The Broadway one was really sexy.
The Broadway one was better.
Yeah.
Yes, we know, Sean. Absolutely. And we've been in Hanwell for 24 years, haven't we, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been in Hanwell for 24 years now. So yeah, it's quite a, yeah, it's got a lot of history, Hanwell. Yeah, we like it. And the mobile network's too slow for smooth video. Yeah, exactly. It's a shame that we could do with Wi-Fi down at the plot, Paul. Can't you arrange that with the charity? Well, why not, Vinny? Do it. Take an acting class. You know, if you like, you know, putting on voices and things like that, do it. Why not? 25 years, Carol. 25 years together. I know. In gay years, that's about 150 years. Yeah. It's like dog years, gay years. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's our anniversary this year, Paul, isn't it? Is it?
God, it is.
Or what would it be? 25 years? Silver, is it?
No, it was 25 years last year.
Oh, we're 26 years then. Lovely. Could we do a test live but not publish it? I guess so, yeah. Well, it is, but I mean, we're not married. That's the thing. The only reason we would get married would be for tax purposes. But you know, we certainly wouldn't spend money on getting married. It's not something that we're into. Um, we haven't got enough friends, have we, really, Paul, to have a big
No.
party these days?
No.
Our friends are spread about all over the world now. So, you know, all our close friends have kind of moved, haven't they? Really? If you think about it, Simon and Inez, New Zealand, Emma, New
Yeah,
Zealand, France.
In fact, they've all left us.
They've all left us. Yes, left us all alone. Jane, I've heard about this. In fact, I've got a circular needle for knitting. I've never tried to use it. It looked too confusing. Too confusing. I bet they have the best internet connection, Sean, I tell you. They got the most dosh, haven't they? You know? It's harder being heterosexual. Oh, I don't know about that, Lottie. Try being gay in the 70s. Wasn't fun. And the 80s.
Rob.
Hey, Rob. Welcome. The Sapper Gardener has joined us. Excellent. So we've got 70 people at the moment. I think it's the most we've ever had. And this is the 27th live chat that we've done. And it seems an awful lot when you say that. I can't believe we've been doing it for 27 weeks, Paul.
Yeah.
Gosh, 27 live chats. I can't believe it. Um, wow, amazing, amazing. Sorry, that's really taken me by surprise. Um, no, you see, being gay is. Oh, my stomach rumble. It's time for dinner. Um, yeah, being gay, we've been lucky. We've been really lucky that the neighborhoods that we've lived in have been very accepting. In fact, when we moved in here 14, 15 years ago, it was a row of gay people. We had a gay couple next door, then we had a couple of girls next door to them, and it was like gay central. And we didn't become great friends with them, but we felt comfortable. The neighbours that we have now, we
We
know,
didn't
and
like them. We didn't like our
don't say
neighbours.
that. They might be watching, Paul.
Well, we didn't.
We didn't. We didn't really like our neighbours, even though they were gay. We didn't get on very well. Um, I mean, there's nothing to say you have to. Just because somebody's gay, it doesn't mean you have to like them. But it was very easy. We've always been very lucky. Um, but we've just tried to be nice to people and get on with people as anybody else would, and people just get to know you, and hopefully they don't put your sexuality in front of everything else. But I know a few people who have been targeted, bullied, attacked, you know. So for some people, their experience has been really, really awful. I've been bullied a few times, but I stand up to bullies because I don't take that BS from anybody. Um, maybe it's the fact that I'm 6'4.5". I don't know. Maybe I look intimidating and people don't pick on me. But you know, yeah, it's a challenge being a minority um, for a lot of people. Yeah, there we go. I know, Jane. It's hard to believe, isn't it? I know. I know. Oh. Anyway, so we're at 1 hour 46 now, and my stomach is rumbling, which means it is time to start thinking about winding up and having some dinner. What are we eating tonight, Paul?
Pasta.
We're having pasta tonight. We haven't had pasta all week, have we? We've been good. So I think we're going to have. Well, Emily, um, no, I wouldn't do that because I'm not a
Yeah.
violent person. I prefer to win with words. You know, there we go. Um, how do you grow pasta?
On trees.
Yes, I'd love to. Yes, spaghetti grows on trees, didn't you know? Why, Emily? Because I'm just not a violent person. I don't believe in using violence. I believe in using words, and I'm normally quite good at that. Yeah, you do have to stand up to them, but you can headbutt them. Well, you could. I could headbutt them quite easily, but I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. That's not my style. Violence doesn't solve any problems at all, as far as I'm concerned. Talking about pasta, how are the worms? The worms are fine, Mark. They're enjoying their little house. I've made them some mini furniture, some tables and chairs, so they can sit around and have a lovely meal like civilized worms. I'm thinking of making them a widescreen television out of cardboard so they can eat their way through it for entertainment purposes. Yes, I remember the spaghetti tree. That's what I was referring to. There we are. So it's pasta. What time should you arrive? Just knock on the door, Vivi. We'll be here. Um, we're having pasta with probably pesto.
Yeah.
Yeah, pasta and pesto.
And some roasted tomatoes.
And some roasted tomatoes thrown together with a little bit of grated cheese on top. Oh, we could open that
Gouda.
that
Gouda.
that Gruyere. We've got some Gruyere left from Christmas. We could open that and sprinkle a little bit of Gruyere on top. So there we go. So we're going to start saying goodbye with shortbread for afters. No, we've eaten it all, Sean. The shortbread has left the building.
But once he's bought his, he can send it over here.
But once you bought yours, Paul says you can send us some. Yeah. Mike's gone gluten-free. Oh, can you not buy gluten? Can you buy lentil pasta? That's gluten-free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lentil pasta. It's really good. Lentil pasta. Sainsbury's do it. Try it, Jane. I think it might be gluten-free. Is it gluten-free?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's gluten-free, Jane. There you go.
You can get it in orange and green.
Orange and green. Lentil pasta.
Oh, we liked it.
We enjoyed it, Jane. We tried it and we were pleasantly surprised, but we had it cold as a salad.
As a salad.
As a pasta salad. Yeah. We really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. There was mayonnaise, there was lovely things in it. Okay, Sean, we're honoured that you joined us. Go and deal with your pussies. Thank you so much for joining us, Sean. Thank you.
Mark says squid ink pasta.
Squid ink pasta. I don't want squids. I don't want things that squids have been on. No, I can't. No, Mark. That's what squid ink pasta makes me feel like, Mark. So we're winding down. We're winding down now. And it's been a wild evening. It's been wild. I can't believe it. We've had so many people. I'm feeling rather warm now. I don't know whether you can see, but I've got a bit of a glow on. I need some water. So it's been rather exciting. We've had so many people join us. I think it's been the liveliest. Spelt pasta. We've never tried that, Paul.
No.
Buy some. We need to try it. If it's good enough for Vivi, it's good enough for us.
We could make it.
Do you know how peanuts grow, Lottie? They're on plants, aren't they, peanuts?
In
the ground.
Which is why they're called
ground nuts. Yeah.
You did, babe.
Well, you're very welcome, Nancy. Thank you to you for joining us. In fact, I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us this evening. It's been a wild little party, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been great. Lots of lovely comments. You've all been talking to each other. Vinny, you're off to another party now. Well, enjoy it. Stay safe. Enjoy yourself. They're actually a legume, are they, Nancy? Oh, lovely. I love a peanut. Yeah, I haven't had peanuts for ages. Our cat was called Peanut. There you go. So, thanks again for joining us. It's been great. Pardon me, I do. Oh, yeah, apparently, Jane. So we're going to go and eat because we've been here for 1 hour 53 and we've had a great time and we're very, very grateful to everybody for joining us. Absolutely lovely. Thank you, Vinny. Stay safe. Enjoy it. So we're saying good night. Hi, Angie. Bye, Angie. We're saying goodbye. They do 3000%. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Emily. You're very kind. Love you too. They were outnumbered, Mark. We dealt with them and we saw them off with words and computers. Can I? I wouldn't have a clue. Sorry, Miracola. We're saying good night now. Lots of good night messages. Good night to everybody. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Pag. Thank you for moderating. Thank you, Lady Macbeth. We're saying goodbye. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Robert Sapper Gardner. Bye, Shaz. Bye, Rachel. We have to say goodbye at some point. We can't go on all night. I think I've given you pretty good quality. Thank you, Nettie. Thank you, Eleanor. Thank you, Mark and Shane. Thank you, Carol Ann. Thank you, 3000%. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Roslyn. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Sheila. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We're so grateful to you all for following and joining the live chat and being such great contributors. Because as I always say, thank you, Guru. Thank you, Lottie. As I always say, there is no YouTube, there is no live show without you, because you make it possible and you make it fun. Because otherwise, we'd just be talking to ourselves, wouldn't we, Paul?
That's what we do all the time.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Vivi. Thank you, Shaz. Blessings to you too. So I'm going to hit the end stream button any moment now. So thank you, Painter Direct. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Deb. You're all so sweet for saying good night, goodbye, good night, good night, good night, goodbye.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you, Rob. That's lovely. Those hearts are lovely, Rob. Thank you. So I'm clicking the button now. I'm putting the phone down first. No, it's me. It's me. I'm going to click it first. I'm going to click it first. Bye, Rachel. Don't cry, Rachel. Bye for now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Adieu. Adieu, adieu. Bye, Emily. Bye. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. Look at my. Look at my. I've got one word to say to you. Goodbye.